What up, y'all? Oh no. Myself. Oh god, okay, there we go. So we're just doing some, today we're just writing some blog posts on Kubernetes. Figured I'd just nerd out and do it online at the same time. There we go. We're just writing a post on how to do an horizontal autoscaler in Kubernetes. Turn this music down just a little. How do I turn it? I figured how to turn it on my headphones. Dang nabbit. That noise is totally making me think of it's getting squared away. Just trying to remember how to sit down my headphones in OBS before I get started, because it's killing me. That should make it better for me. I can turn it up in here for y'all. There we go. Got it. I turn it down for me and then I boost it for you guys in the advanced options so you guys see it higher, but it doesn't murderize my ears. Okay. My friend just telling me about Tarkov, how he's killing stuff. But okay, I'm about to go play Terraria with my son. So before I do that, I wanted to write a really quick article on setting up an autoscaler. Where is the Vim Tmux action? So, interesting enough, you're gonna don't judge me too hard, but I'm actually doing this all through Minikube on my Windows machine. So I'm using PowerShell, which is AIDS, but it does have, you can install Vim using Chocolatey. Like you taught me Chocolatey, so don't judge Windows. But yeah, we're gonna get there. I'm just writing the article right now. I guess I should do webcam. So I should make one for the Vivaldi window as well as the PowerShell screen, I guess. Let's see. Good idea, Tony. I'll add another window capture for. I'm on the phone. What's up? I'll tell you when I'm done. I'm soaking my coffee. Okay. PowerShell. Make a PowerShell one. Windows PowerShell. Are you? What the hell is this thing? I wonder if I could do it with Sigwin. Oh, there it is. Administrator PowerShell. Okay. Right on. There we go. Okay. Perfect. We'll put that son of a gun here. And let's see. We'll put that there. I'll move it down below me. And we'll make the Vivaldi window unlocked. No. Hey, no. Fuck you. A scrunch. Oh, don't scrunch. That looks poopy. Don't want to scrunch that way. Move me. Make myself smaller. Smaller me. But yeah, I'm using yeah, chocolatey because I don't want to do it on. So it's like a royal fucking pain in the ass to get fucking to get the VM inside VM virtualization working in GCP. You have to like build a whole new fucking kernel just to do, you know, nested virtualization, which I didn't feel like doing, and I didn't feel like setting up billing for my own account, so I'm just doing it on my Windows machine for now. And the one guy we worked with, Matt, he's been trying to learn more about Kubernetes. Like, he was a full stack engineer, but he was like, awesome dude. And he's like, I want to learn about it, so write some blog posts. So I'm writing blog posts for him to try to do it. And with the power of OBS, we can do that. I just have to make this shit a little bit bigger for you guys, I think. There we go. That should be better. Okay, so let's find a deployment that we had. Let's find the sample deployment we used yesterday. Does this have history? It does! Oh my goodness, Windows is becoming neat. That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna find the deployment for the Hello World deployment we grabbed yesterday. So I didn't create it here. Let me go find the Hello World deployment for Minikube. Oh, where is it? Let's see. Minikube, Minikube, where are you? Cube, hello world. Oh, god damn it. You're right, Tony. When you're right, you're right. I'm just gonna... How do I make it bigger? I'm just gonna suck it up. Okay, and this has the Hello World option here. Like, I have an article to create your own deployment and build a Docker image. I just haven't written that one yet. We're gonna snag this. Create deployment. We're gonna make this deployment real quick. We're gonna run kube control. Hey! Shitty control paste. It's been created, so let's... Oh, I hate that it adds the exe, because that will freak people out. Get deployments. We just want to do it on Hello World. Oh shit. Fuck. Fucking Nightbot murderized you. Let me just... how do I... There. Okay, now you're a mod, so it won't ever fucking be racist to you. It didn't like you because it knows you have a beard, and it doesn't like people with beards. Make a GitHub for what? Oh! Oh, like for the exercise? Oh, that's a good idea. Thanks, man. That's a super good idea. Like, yeah, I want to build out all this content for Tony, or not for Tony, for Matt. And he's like, then you can blog it and then submit your screenshot to, or your sitemap to Google. Playground of... Oh, Playground 4 learning days. And then I can save all the YAML files in there, like I do for work. That's what I wanted to do. I want to add this onto the Bex repo, but they've had so many other things that the CFO hasn't had time to give me the thumbs up to it. And if I do it without their thumbs up, then they'll fucking rip into my ass about it, which is fair. I forgot to set a license. Oh well, now we're fucked. It'll be fine. But so right now I'm just doing it on my own blog, and I was like, hey, I can put all this on the work blog if you guys want. You know, get us some fucking actual street cred for when we want to hire non-asshole engineers. Let's see. Let me close. Yeah, chocolate is pretty nice. It added. I was able to add. Oh, nice. Have fun. I was able to add Vim, awk, grep, everything that I normally use for most of the shit. Have fun, man. Nice. Perfect. Okay. So then, yeah, let's make this hello world, and we'll just do it. It's kind of the standard way you make something is it's always in YAML file. Hello world.yaml. Let me make a directory because I like things to be neat because that's gross when they're not neat. Did it actually make the directory, or did it just fucking... It did! Okay, Windows. +1. World, we're gonna make hello world.yaml. And let me go back to this article here. We're gonna write... There we go. There it is. Yeah, so we're inside the YAML here. Oh, this color scheme is ass. Desert's not much better. Okay, let me see what color schemes we can do for Windows YAML or Windows Vim. Vim color schemes. That is not hard to, that's too hard to read. There. Color schemes. No, I want a stock one though. Vim stock color schemes. I don't want a custom one. I want something that's fucking. Oh, we can just do autocomplete to get it to work? Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry about that. That was... Oh, okay. Nice. Elf Lord. Okay, Slate looks like it's not going to be asked. Okay. Actually, so, easy solution. Oh my god, that is way too fucking loud, Windows. What is your goddamn damage, my friend? Why do you always have to destroy everyone's ears? Let's try this now. There, that's a little bit more tolerable. Fuck. It was like, let's murderize your ears. Okay, so what we've got... I gotta look at something for work real quick. All this sweet. Okay. I'm gonna figure out how to fix this Windows and not look like ass either, because this is annoying. How do I scale? Oh, maybe I can change it so the scaling isn't always the same. Thank you for... I know it's annoying and I'm learning this shit at the same time. So thanks.
Thank you for being understanding.
Can I... on that side? Can I trim it on top and bottom? Trim it. That's kind of cool. This is actually kind of not worst thing in the world, actually. And then can I just move it up and down as I need to? Like, hey, look at all my shit here. Okay, I can do that. Okay. Let me default this back to everything and remove all of the. Now I'm just trying to format this to not be total poop. Fiddles? Okay. Because this is the browser. Now I've got the color schemes. Cool. We're gonna go to there. We'll just close that out and we'll go to PowerShell when we need. Okay, so we see all the PowerShell window. All this is getting set up. Nice, nice. Okay. So we did. So what did we do? We went and we grabbed this deployment. So we grabbed the deployment. We ran this. We ran create deployment. Can I make this bigger for you guys so it actually looks easier to see? Let's see. I'm learning while we go, friendos. Ah, didn't want that. Can I stretch it out? Oh, I can stretch it out to make it bigger. Okay, cool. But I don't want it to be off of the screen. Not bad for now. We'll stick with this, just so it's like stock for now. Okay. Might be a little hard to read though. How do I make it bigger? Can I just change it here in the properties? I bet I can. Make the font more bigly. Okay. That's much bigger. That's way bigger for even my fucking screen. Big now. We're full screen now? Let me see. Okay, there. Now we're full screen with this. But now my big old dumb head is in the way, so let's move my big old dumb head. Oh my goodness. My kids arguing? Okay, they're not. Move this. Move my webcam over here. Left. There we go. Well, that's where the other stuff goes. Maybe the top. We'll be the right. The right. Perfect. Okay. That's like the select. Okay. So we grab this. We ran this to create the deployment from a open source Kubernetes Google container free repo. It's just the same as like Docker Cloud or Docker Hub. If you find like an open source repo, you can grab it, pull in the images that you want, specifying like the version names here. So we've grabbed that. We've grabbed that deployment. So if we get the deployments, we can see, hey, there's a deployment here. But if we want to save it to manipulate that kind of deployment, we can say get deployment. You can add this O for the output option and make it YAML. Now we're going to hit enter. It's going to shit YAML all over our face. Boom, we got YAML everywhere. We want to save this to work with this. Then we can just go, we can redirect the output into the hello world folder. And then we can call this hello world YAML. Now we've got this locally. So we can say hello world YAML in through Vim, and we can see here's everything that they've provided us. Some of this stuff you don't necessarily need in a stock deployment. Some of this is stuff that Kubernetes adds after you deploy it. It adds all the stuff like the crates timestamp. Those things you don't necessarily need. So, and this status stuff, you don't need any of this, so we can just go ahead and Control V, remove it all. Am I kids fighting or am I just hearing things? Okay, so we save that. That kind of cleans up a little bit. So we say, hey, we want to make a simple change. Let's save this file. So we want to make a simple change though. We want like an older version, and let's see if there's an older version there. So we're gonna go out. We're gonna save this. We've made a change. We're gonna write this. We're gonna get out. We're gonna get out. And so how do we apply the changes that we just did into Kubernetes? So we're gonna say kube control apply-f, and then we're gonna run, and -f means like passing a file, and we're gonna point it to the directory in the YAML file, and it should say when we run it, it should say deployment has been updated. Boom, and it's configured. Okay. Kube control pi should be used on resource created by either kube control trait or control pi. So I think it notices that I snag shit right from Kubernetes, and it's not it's trying to steer me the right way. But so we see here like, hey, the deployment's been configured. We're good to go. And let's check on the deployment. What did we call it? It's just hello world? Let's see what it is. Let's get all the deployments. Hello Minikube. I'm used to being hello world. Okay. Let's see. Did the pod? So we created this deployment 11 minutes ago, but did the pod actually get updated? Oh, it did get updated, but there is no 09 image, so it's erroring. So fuck, we fucked it up. We've got to roll back. So there's two things we can do. We need to roll back this deploy that's fucked up for whatever reason. So we can either do it the way of just having a static file there, which you don't necessarily use as much, because a lot of the times you just want to iterate on it live. So you say, okay, let's go in and edit this damn deployment. We're going to edit deployment, and the edit deployment will bring you in over Vim. So we're going to be able to go in and edit this live. So we're going to edit the deployment. Hello Minikube. Things are broken. People are freaking out. We got to move as quickly as possible. Okay, so this popped me up in a Notepad instance, which I don't want to use because Notepad is yucky. So let's see how I can set, real quick pause. How do I set a thing? Let me poke. I guess I'd rather be successful than Okay, so let me see how I can set in PowerShell my default editor to be. I want our default editor to be. I want our default editor to be Vim. PowerShell default editor. Let's see what the Google says. Took me to a Medium article. Let's see. I'm just trying to see how we set the default runner, because I don't want to edit it I don't want to edit it through. It's defaulting to using a Windows, like the Windows Basic Notepad, which is gross. Notepad. So let's see how we change that to Vim. How to make Notepad my default editor for PowerShell. Yes, I would like that. There's not really a solution. Oh, yeah, so there's no real solution. So, okay. Then we'll come over here and I will make a new window capture for this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Notepad. Notepad. Boop. Okay. Make this boop, full screen. But we want the webcam to always be the top. Okay, cool. So I ran the edit command. I ran the command there to edit the deployment and pop this up. So in a Linux server, and excuse me for not using Linux at the moment, I'm just trying to do it on my own with Minikube and setting up nested virtualization's a pain in the ass. So here we've got the live image. We can see the live image has 0.9 and that's all fucked up. We need to set it back to 10. So we're going to save this and we're going to exit. And then once we exit out of that, you see it says we've been edited. Oh, god damn it. You can see it's been edited. So we're going to go in here now and we're going to say, let's go back to PowerShell and let's see if the pod updated. It did update because the one that died disappeared. But since we went back to the same image that was already there, it knows, hey, this is the same artifact ID. I don't need to do anything. We just keep on keeping on. So that's kind of the way you would edit a deployment line. So what the point of this article though is to create a way to with that.
Coming from Chicago. I want you to move it, move it, move it, move it.
Push it. Okay. Done with the work for the day? Okay. So the point of this article, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go ahead and let's add this hello world into the training repo. We can have ready. Git commit. That's going to do another stupid gross notepad edit, I bet. Git commit add. And we'll just do the message here so we can do it. Initial commit of hello world. Or minikube. We're gonna. Oh, I added the stupid test files because I'm a moron. The worst. Gross. Git resets. I want it to do. I don't want to save those. Boop. YAML dot. World. It's end. Actually, I haven't pushed it yet, so I could do reset -s hard origin master just to reset myself to a good spot. We'll go back to seeing. There's no ls here, so. Oh, got rid of the. Ah, damn it! I got rid of the whole thing. Gosh darn son of a maker. Hello world. We're gonna quickly run the thing we did before to dump the YAML out. That file for us. We're gonna get status. We're gonna get add hello world. Get status again. Add hello world YAML. Get status. I always do -a, but sometimes -a will fuck me over. Okay. Git commit world hello world message initial hello world minikube test. Done that. We need to put this on a branch too. I mean, we're not gonna put on a branch. We're just gonna push right now. We're not having anyone dicking with us, so we're just gonna push this up. Boop. We're good to go. Now back to what the meat of this, which is writing the blog post that we care about. Boop. Where is my blog window? Here. I'm gonna turn. Back to Vivaldi. Made Vivaldi. Oh, did we just trim it to fit better? Is that what we did? Trim. I think we did. Okay. That's what we did. Okay, cool. Okay. So we've got the article here. We're talking about like what a horizontal auto pod scaler is. And the point we were trying to get to here is we're saying you've made those deployment, you've made that hello world deployment. Oh, let's go back so we can kind of walk through this before we write the article. So one of the things we did, so let's go and in the hello world file. Get rid of the shit we don't need. We don't need any of the status stuff. Don't need any of these things here. We don't need to create sign generation. Need the resource version. Don't need any of this stuff. So what we do need, the point of we're looking at this is we can say, hey, by default, this thing's going to have 3 replicas, right? We're going to save this. We're going to apply the replicas we've had. Using git apply f. We're going to create the replicas. Now we're going to see, I'm just tab completing and Windows has an exe, which is really getting on my nerves, but it's okay. So now we should see 3 pods. Okay, we've got 3 replicas of this bad boy running because that's what we have set in the deployment. Right, so we can check that by saying get the deployment for minikube, YAML, rep, replica. You can see, hey, here's all the replicas set to 3. So in comes horizontal auto scaling. So say these are like 3 services that we're running on a node. So right now it's 3 because we've got 3 zonal instances that'll run in any different zones we have. So we need to. That's great. We've got 3 copies, but what if we're getting like hammered by someone? Somebody's DOSing you, or you've been on Oprah, which I'm dating myself because she's not around anymore. You've been on whatever the kids are watching these days, and you're getting a ton of traffic. So what you would do to handle that in this case is we'd set up an autoscaler. Let's take this template we have here, paste it in, and we're gonna create the format is autoscaler deployment, and there's 2 ways to do it. You can do deployment space the deployment, or you can add a slash. I'm kind of partial to myself to the slash. I don't know if there's one better than the other. I'm totally kind of still a noob. I've only been doing it for 2 years, but I'm a noob. So we can say minimum 3 replicas, maximum of n, and then you can pass another thing saying CPU percent if you want to have it based on using the percent to see how many the CPU percent you want to be under. But this morning I just learned, because I actually read the docs for the first time, you don't have to pass that in, and Kubernetes will try to do a default auto scaling for you. So let's try that. Let's see. And actually, in this case, let's set a CPU percent, because I want to be able to say, I want to be able to kind of make sure the damn thing will scale up quickly. So let's set the CPU percent at 1. So this should say autoscaler created. Oh, I did foo, and I meant to do the name of the pod. Hello. Okay, so it's been created. So now I can say kube control get HPA. The standard syntax is pretty much kube control get edit, get or edit for things, and then it's get edit, and then it's like HPA deployment pod, or if you want to do logs, it's get logs. Like it's super confusing at first. But once you get used to it, it's actually pretty easy to do. Like if a big dummy like me can do it, like anybody can do it. So here we do get HPA, so we see all these pods running. So let's add this to the blog. Okay, we're gonna add in I copy this, and we go back to the blog, and we're gonna add it in. Boop. Okay. Let's create an autoscaler for our Minikube deployer. Alright. Here, I grab both things. Perfect. And it's created the autoscaler, and then we want to look at the autoscaler, so let's grab this stuff. Out all this. So we've created our autoscaler. Now we've created HPA. Let's make sure we get it properly. We're gonna go in here and add this. So now we see we've got the HPA, it's running there. Now you'll notice too, if we run, is there a hotkey I can set to hide and close these windows? That would be nice. Let me see if I can do that real quick. I know I'm a big dumb dummy learning this stuff on the fly, but I want to get it done. Hotkeys, let's see. Science and technology, hotkeys. Science and tech. Oh, cool. It does have it. Show hide Vivaldi window, show hide webcam, show hide PowerShell. Oh, that's fucking amazing. Okay, perfect. So from here we can say Control Shift. Can't do that because this will switch scenes, but we can say show hide Vivaldi, so we can make it the same thing and say okay, so does it have to be a number? No, it can be a letter. It just can't be that letter. Okay. I want it to be Q. Let's see. Vivaldi. V to show hide Vivaldi. Cool. Show hide PowerShell. E. Hopefully that doesn't starts up at all. Let's see. Well, we'll see. Let's see. E. Okay, that shows that. Oh, perfect. So I can hotkey that now to change things I show. Awesome. See, I'm learning. Okay. Where were we? We're here. The one thing you'll see is we run it again, and at first, like, this target is unknown. That's because Kubernetes just started. It doesn't have any baseline for what the fuck's actually going on yet. So if we turn on it, do it now, run it again, it takes sometimes the default is 5 minutes, so it's going to take about 5 minutes for this to figure out the type of load that's coming through. And since it's Minikube, there's not really going to be any load coming through. But so it's hard for Minikube. I don't necessarily know how to generate load for this right now. We'd probably set up a. Actually, I know how we can do it. We can do a. We can do what we learned yesterday. We can add a proxy. Add a proxy command. Oh, I locked my screen. That's why it was stuck over there. Okay. Look for proxy, or no, port forward. It's a port forward thing we did yesterday. Hello, Minikube. So we're gonna port forward Minikube. Well, Minikube doesn't have a service. Without a service, we're not gonna be able to just port forward it. Let's see. Let's see. Q control. Port forward is the command, and it takes a deployment, if I recall. Oh, you can do a deployment. Okay, so let's port forward deployment. Minikube. I thought it had to have a service, but I guess not. Cool. Minikube. No, it's hello Minikube. Minikube. And we're gonna do port 8080. Okay, so now if we go to 8080 on the browser here, boop, we should be able to see the deployment. Okay, so this is the deployment that we're seeing. Make it a little bit bigger for y'all, so you can see it's a little skrunkety dunkety. Okay, so if we refresh this a bunch, this should start causing load on the instance. Let's do this a little bit. There's some auto refreshing things we can add to Chromium to do that. But let's just see if we can hammer it for a couple seconds, and that'll take care of it. Let's close it back and let's look at the HBA now, which I can't do because I did that in another window because I'm a big dumb dummy. Can I do Control Z with Windows and background this task? Or is it gonna be like, what the fuck, mate? Okay, we can't, so I just killed it, but let's see if we run HBA now. Okay, it still doesn't have a baseline for the CPU. But in general, this is how you set the HBA, and as traffic comes in, you'll see it ebb and flow. It checks like the default is every 15 seconds for one metric and 30 seconds for another. I forget, you can read the docs on it, but you'll see the ebb and flow of it as things go up and down. It doesn't want to get into a circuit where it's like responding too quickly, so there's like a cool off between going up and going down. So that's something to be mindful of. Okay, so let's go back to our Vivaldi window. So we've got the HBA, and this is going to be set up. We didn't pass in a percent. Pass in CPU percent. I want to make sure I get the nomenclature right, just so I don't fuck up the article for you guys. We didn't pass in a value, so Kubernetes is going to try to. We didn't pass in a CPU percent value, so Green is going to try to automatically manage scaling. Manage scaling based on its internal setup, internal defaults. Read about those more. Paste in the link to the Kubernetes documentation. Okay. Guess we got that. So there, set up an autoscaler. Cool, okay. So this article we're done. Let's do another, actually, how long are we streaming for? We'll do another 20 minutes. We'll try to bang out one more article. And then I'm gonna go play Terraria Monster with my son. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna tell him that I'm going to finish one thing, and then I'll be back.
of another thing. For every girl in town followed him around just to hold his hand and sing. Oh, Johnny! Oh, Johnny, Johnny, how you can love. Oh, Johnny! Oh, Johnny, Johnny, heaven up above, well, oh, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you're near, I just can't sit still another minute. Oh, Johnny! Oh, Johnny, Johnny, please tell me, dear, what makes me love you so? You're not handsome, it is true, but when I look at you, I just go, Johnny, 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 mine.
Okay. Okay, we made this. So this is the basics of autoscaler. Let's make sure everything's good. Shut up. Here's public. Go ahead and this bad image over then. Make sure it looks okay. Let's see. Autoscaler. Do it once over, and then we'll bang out another article real quick. Go back and edit it just a little bit because it seems a little too like contrite. Just a closing sentence. Now we have basics of
Arnold, if I said yes,
how to create
if I said no, I feel yes. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so we can quick loads, scale as needed, without any intervention. I'm going to make an idea for how to record your metrics into Grafana and Graphite too. Actually, stay because we want to republish this. Okay. Let me make a draft. I forget. How to get your how to get your Kubernetes data into let's see, what is Graphite? Graphite is a it's like a time series metrics. I'm just trying to think of the right name so I don't sound like a boat though. Graphite technology, tech, not graphite technology. Graphite time series data, because it's time series data, but I'm just trying to think of the right way. An open source numeric time series data oriented database. Okay, so this is a time series database. Because I like Graphite. There's people that like Prometheus. Like when I first, I'm used to totally dealing with Graphite in the past like 10 or so years, and then when I started where I'm at now, you know, I evaluated and I looked at between Graphite, Grafana, and Prometheus. And Prometheus seemed like it was Prometheus and Graphite seemed like they offered a lot of the similar things. But since we were in like a startup mode, I didn't want to have to take the time to learn Prometheus. I mean, it's probably super similar. Both are capable enough. So what I went with was I found a Docker hub container that did Graphite fronted by Grafana, which I fucking hate Grafana. I don't hate Grafana. I hate when it was being used as like the time series data store. So like I've used Grafana on top of Graphite, which that seemed like a better use of Grafana's ability to dashboard, to visualize the data. So, okay, so let's see. This article is going to be, not you, which we did that yesterday, getting into your dashboard. Super sexy Kubernetes dashboard. So we go, what the heck is it? Okay. How to get into your data, Kubernetes data into time series database. Because that'll be a good article. Like I just started doing that the other day, figuring out how to write some scripts to get data into Graphite. The thing I like about Graphite, which Prometheus might be the same way, I'm just ignorant of it, is Grafana is like super easy. You send a little TCP or UDP packet that you form with just like three things: the path to the data where you want it to be, and your like wheels database dot KPIs dot Kubernetes dot whatever, like into that path of how you want to structure the data. You pass in the value of that path, and then you pass the epoch time. So it just, anything you pass in as much as you want, it'll graph that data for you, so you can see trends over time. Like it's very, very good. Like when I worked at Media Temple, GoDaddy, like it was really good because we had 5 years of data by the time we were done. I mean, and over Graphite is cool because when you first create the trying to think of the right nomenclature so I don't sound totally dumb. So when you create the metrics in the metric system in Graphite, you say what the granularity of the data is over time. So like as you start out, you can say I want 1 minute granularity, and then it goes out to 1 hour, then it goes out to a day, and so you can store all this data. But the cool thing about it is it allocates all of the space it's going to need for this data point. It allocates it, or for this group of data points, it allocates all the disk space it needs like as soon as it knows this data point's there. So you don't have to worry about like your disk drive creeping up. Like it takes a chunk of hard drive space, and it is always graphites from that point on. So you kind of don't have to think about it until you're dumping in like a shit ton of metrics, and then you can see it spike quickly. But it spikes and plateaus. It's not just going to keep growing if you don't keep putting metrics into it. Keeping metrics as in new numbers, like value A, value B, value C. But like for value A, like it's already allotted it the lifespan, the whole lifetime of this data over as long as you retain the data. Eventually you might want to say after 2 or 3 years you don't care about the data. But I've used it before, so you can see like over year, like, man, the CPU isn't normally this high for this time this week, much less last week, much less last month, much less last year. So something has changed. So you can kind of, time series data is a really good way to, it doesn't give you like specific answers all the way. It's kind of like a differential tool where it'll give you enough information, it'll paint a picture to know something's wrong, and then you have to kind of dig in to see what's wrong using other data points to kind of build here's my hypothesis for what I think is wrong and why. But it doesn't always normally tell you like the smoking gun, this fucking happened, but you know something happened, so you can dig into it. And it's cool because you can put annotations over time, so you can record like we had an outage here, here's why, here's a link to the Confluence or the Jira and what happened. So we're gonna do that one later. What other posts can we knock out real quick? Edit a deployment? Well, we kind of edited a deployment before, so let's do that. So we have our Minikube. Hello Minikube. We have our Hello Minikube deployment set up, but we need to tweak it. We might need. So let's talk about this in the real world terms. So when I'm not gonna talk because it's fucking up my typing, but real world eventually I have to modify it. Whether that doesn't look right. Weather doesn't look like right weather. Is there another spelling for weather? Yeah, there it is. Done. Whether that means your just updating the image artifact. Deploy. Or maybe you need to number replicas, add CPU limits. When you create real-world deployment, you eventually will have to modify it, whether that means you're just updating the image artifact with a new deploy, maybe you need to tweak the number of replicas, etc. So you can either update the YAML file while you ran control f ran that one, or you can just run control edit deployment by deployment. It will pop in your defaults editor for you to be able to modify the event. Okay, so let's go and take that copy that we've done before. Boop. Oh, it doesn't only work when I'm over on this window then? Okay, well, it's still better than nothing. Okay. So let's go and grab these tests that we had where we edited the deployment. And this is going to pop up a white window as soon as I run this because I had Notepad already set there too. So it's going to pop up and boop. Okay, cool. So we've got our deployment here. What do we want to modify? 3 replicas is a little crazy. Let's go to 1 replica. And then should be good. Let's go ahead and we're going to save this file and we're going to close it. That says, hey, we've edited it. I'm going to do a little editing magic to say we're going to get the deployment for this in YAML, just so we can kind of make it look better, like you can see what's going on in the for this demonstration. Take this, copy it. We're going to take this back to here. Make this a markdown that is YAML. In our case, we're going to below cube deployment we have. So we're going to go here and say scroll up so I can actually get we ran. Edit deployment. Oh. Magic of television. Shell. Looks like ass. Eventually I'll get a setup on my Linux box to run this, but I was trying to use WSL2 to run Ubuntu and get it to use Docker through that, but it wasn't seeing it was trying to look for an internal Docker service instead of the Windows-based Docker service. So I just said fuck it and just ran it on the Windows local. But in a perfect world, I would totally want to do this 100% Linux so that you can see from the non-Windows command line. Although there are people that use Windows, so I think this will be a kind of a niche for people that they use Windows and they don't understand Linux, they don't want to deal with Linux, which is really kind of the default behavior until you grok it. It can be super duper intimidating. So I totally get why people would want to be a little nervous of it, a little hesitant. Modified deployment we have. So we run that. So let's take this out for later. We're going to run this. Add this below here. Because we want to show the progression. We're trying to tell a story to people. We have following command. It will open up your default editor. In Linux, this will typically in their VI. Here's the this up so it's Hey, a second garbage. Okay, here's the outputs and your sign bin. Our case, we're gonna change the number of replicas from 3 to 1. Did it actually update the replicas? Did it change that shit that I said? I thought I changed it to say 1 replica. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Okay, I just must not have saved the file. Okay. Let's go in and change the number of replicas from 3 to 1. I find this line. Hey. Find this line. The line. And change the 3 to a 1. Save and exit the file. You'll get a prompt. It's been edited. Then we can run. If we change the number of replicas, we can just get the deployment, and then we can grep for replicas. Oh, I know why the replicas reset to 3, because the HPA defaults it to 3, so that's why it's getting reset to 3 every time. We'll have to make the change really quick, and then I'll snag it. And unsave, exit. Now I'll grab it really quick before the because the HPA repulls and says, no motherfucker, your minimum is 3, you're gonna be 3, so fuck off, stop with that bullshit. Then we're gonna run deployment. So now, oh goodness. Now let's verify that our just to the replica count for properly. It properly. Well. You can see. You can see by grepping. Grepping replica. The replicas did in fact be 1. And use this syntax and style for any Kubernetes want to do. So let's go ahead and set up the. Okay, this is editing deployments. So you were just sitting the screen. I'm sorry, I'm the worst streamer / content creator ever. So we want to deployment. Let's look if there's any good deployment pictures. Search for high resolution photos. Let's see what else I got. Another word for deployment. Import. Okay. Kubernetes. Okay, we're gonna tag this with Kubernetes. Sometimes you need to edit Kubernetes quickly in real time. Be for an emergency. I have it if I don't have it. Okay, so it'll just be that there. Oh, and you can set the canonical. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's go ahead. This bad Mammer Jammer now. On the site. Edit your editor Kubernetes. Okay. Do a once over this, make sure it looks okay. Just previewing what we have just to make sure. That looks good. Let's see what other. Okay, are you and think this article? So you can come in, Mr. B. I know. Grab your iPad. I'm gonna close up shop now. Okay, so we've got this article done. We knocked out a couple articles. This is the first technology stream that we've done. If there's any interest in it, just go into the Discord. I'll post up here. Join the Discord with that invite. Let me know some topics you want to do, and we can take it from there. I hope everyone had a good day, and I'll be back on later. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.